Scorpio, it's your December tarot scope. Tell the others! Okay, first we're going to start with the full moon on December 14th. It's a Gemini full moon, and it falls in your 8th house of sex, death, and taxes. So we're releasing things right now, right? We're releasing our bonds around, oh, hey. This could be like releasing the restrictions we have on our sex life via dirty talk. It really could be. But more than that, like it might be time to release the way we think about money, sex, death, and taxes. It's a good way. Release death. That's a tough one too, because the full moon, you know, it releases things. So it's like, what do we might release some of the stigmas we have on death. We might release the grip we have on death. Change too. Death is also just big transformation. Pluto rules that. So we might also stop resisting the changes that we're supposed to make, the shifts, the big shifts we're supposed to make, these big life transformations that we're here to do. It's a good time for you to release some of the restrictions you've put on yourself about how you're not allowed to change, because I'm here to tell you that you are. And especially, it might be a good time to do it via therapy, because you know, that's sometimes these big themes, and I think this is a big theme placement. You know, the 8th house is a big theme placement. Sex, death, and taxes, those are pretty big themes. But also psychology. You know, this is and if anybody wants to talk about psychology, it's my Scorpio friends. I mean, come on. Let's talk about what makes things tick. Let's get in there with the secrets. It's a good idea to release the stigma you have around some things, or at least try to figure them out so that you can start to transform and heal them. Now, the new moon, which falls on December 29th, and it's in Capricorn, it falls in your 3rd house of writing and communication, and that's kind of exciting, right? Because you can plant seeds here. You might find that what you really want to do is communicate some of these big theme ideas that have been going on in your life. Like, you might decide you want to write stuff, but I have a word of warning here. Mercury retrograde happens from December 19th to January 8th. So by the time the moon comes, Mercury's already going to be in retrograde. And what does that really mean? What it really means is, if you're thinking about writing, if you're thinking about communicating some things, there's some things you need to get off your chest and communicate, because you finally come to a realization that you understand what's been happening. Let's not initiate a new conversation. We can respond to things. That would be the best thing for you for Mercury retrograde. Good responses to things that are already going on. We don't want to initiate any new sort of situations. At least not on starting December 19th, right? I know that's a lot, but for like really anything we do during Mercury retrograde, it just doesn't turn out like we want it to. It's not life or death. You'll be okay, but at the same time, it just, once Mercury goes direct, you'll be like, oh, this is not at all what I envisioned, right? So if you want to write, you're thinking about all that writing and that communicating, you want to revise things that you've already written, right? Because if not, they're going to completely change when Mercury goes direct. But it's a great time to get in and do those revisions onto the cards. Damn, okay. Well, they all fell out. Good energy, right? You got some good energy. Got a little heartbreak, though. Headed for a heartbreak. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards fell out. The energy is good for you to really concentrate on your vision right now. Concentrate on where you're headed, where you're going, like what kind of lands, uncharted lands are you interested in discovering right now? Where is your vision taking you, right? You'll get the idea. You're gonna like get an idea this month is more the thing. It's almost like during the pursuit of vision, you're going to have another vision. It's like vision upon vision upon vision, Scorpio. And we're talking like passionate vision, confidence, and it's going to lead you to a new journey. There's a new, really like you're just starting some new things this month, and it's actually really helping you recuperate. It looks like some of you have gone through some breakups, you've had some, maybe that also has to do, you might have had some people who have who have died close to you. That 8th house, sex, death, and taxes. This could also be that healing from all of that and coming out victorious from it all, right? Because that's the 6 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands, like I said, we'll just go through these a little bit slower again. I'm like a motor mouth today. Good energy, right? There's good energy for you to Knight of Wands. Get out there and pursue your vision. And in the midst of your vision, you might find you have another sort of vision. You're going to get other clues on how to make this vision more concrete, more solid, how to ground it a little bit more. And you might find yourself just being like, I'm out of here. I'm taking off because I've gone through some shit, and this isn't where I want to be anymore. I actually have a new vision for my whole life, and this can't rule me. This heartbreak, this is the 3 of Swords, it can't rule me anymore, and I'm not going to let it. Actually, I'm ready to get out of this situation. I have a bigger vision for my life, and once you start thinking like that, you got nothing but victory coming your way, like external victory. If you went through a breakup, this could be like a really good time to draw in someone eventually. I'm not saying this month, but this is a good time to like hit that reset button so that you are really down and dirty with yourself again. It really is releasing some of this gunk that's like living around your heart right now. And it doesn't even have to be a breakup. It could be someone who has passed away, you know, something has left your life, sickness, all kinds of these things that live in that 8th house we were talking about for that full moon, all that release. Yeah, letting all of that go. Like the energy is so positive, and it's like 2 hands on your back pushing you towards releasing a lot of that energy that you're just like kind of holding on to, because you have other things to do. You can't sit around and do this anymore. There's a new journey that needs to come. It'll happen when you least expect it, as long as you're following your vision and understanding that like we have to let go of these things. We can't cling to them because they may seem like a security blanket, but they're actually not. Look at how hard it is to get a child to stop sucking his thumb and give up his security blanket. It's the same thing. It's time to let go of the security blanket. Start living your life for yourself. Get out there, put yourself out there, and you'll be surprised. Like, I would definitely recommend also with that third house stuff, bring your journal with you everywhere and go new places this month. Might be surprised who you meet and the things. Like it could, just by getting out of your comfort zone, it's like this is like bestseller territory. You could write a bestseller because you're out of your comfort zone. That's an example, but that's the kind of energy that we're talking about. You know those things like, oh, I had a heartbreak, I was duh, and then I got and then I got and then I got oh. I'm having a hard time with words, so I thought I'd act it out for you. Bum, ba-da, bum. Oracle. The oracle says, oh, shit. Reflection, 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 reflection. I just feel like saying it over and over because this is what has to happen. In order for any of this to happen, you have to really take a look at inside and what is going on. And that's not fun always. You love to dig into things though, Scorpio, so use that beautiful skill you have of investigative, just digging, and use it on yourself. Again, I would say therapy is a great idea this month. And if you went to a therapist, it's a great idea to restart therapy, really restart it. Like if you've done it before, it's a great time to go back. If you haven't done it before, maybe you can tap the brakes on that. And but get reflective and get down and dirty on yourself. Get down and dirty on yourself. Things everyone wants to hear. But it's true, you have to really shine a light on the situation and look at it from an objective, distant point of view in order to really understand what's going on, right? And sometimes we need help with that. Sometimes someone needs to help us figure out what's going on. I know that's a lot, but you Scorpios, you're resilient. You'll come through. And it's the holiday. The holidays aren't always easy. Maybe it's also time for new holiday traditions. Hey, Hey Scorpios, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and then that way you don't have to come to my page and try to figure out when they're up. You'll get an email notification. Also, don't forget to comment on things you like, and you know, hit thumbs up, likey poo on it. And follow me at mysticassistant on Instagram, where I post tarot cards every day. Yeah, and just pretty much have a great December. Happy holidays, and I will see you in 2017. Yay! I seriously can't talk today.